Hello. So this is me, the Leafy Engineer, whatever the hell my YouTube channel, and I'm doing a small tutorial for those who are not very good at building ships. I mean, I'm not the best at building ships either, but you know, I heard how-to videos are more popular. So you know, if I can help out, that'd be alright. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to start with a cockpit, of course. Or, you know, you can start it any way you want, but I like to start with the cockpit. Got the cockpit here, and as you see, it's got one little thing here and two on this side, but they're smaller. So what I like to do is go over here, because you see these things, they've got the two small things. I like to put an oxygen generator and an oxygen tank. That's my personal preference, but that's what I prefer to do. And I don't know why I went in there. So yeah, that will let so you can have oxygen and stuff. It's pretty neat. You can connect out this. And we'll get, I have one in here, I don't know why I keep going into there. I prepared this all, but I'm not using it for some reason. So you could do this. You gotta connect the medium cargo container like this. But see, the problem with that is like certain items, I don't recall which ones, they don't fit through the small tubes for whatever reasons, and that's kind of always like a hindrance. And this is like just a utility ship, by the way, that I'm making right here. Or I say utility ship, I don't know, it's an all-purpose, you can do whatever you want with it. Anyway, so instead we'll do this. So that way, it's connected to the cockpit. So that way, if you want to put a cargo container here, well, if you want to put a cargo container, I would move it like this. Or, actually, I like this better. And then you can put a cargo container. I don't know why I keep doing that. Cargo container connect like this. That way, you can get all the items in there, and you can even like just continue this endlessly if you want. Which, of course, I'm not gonna do. But you know, actually, let's just leave that there for. Well, yeah, I was thinking of doing something else. And then, let's see. Of course, you want some power generation, so you can add some reactors. These small reactors are pretty cool. Because you can just, like, layer them on the small conveyors, like this, because you're not using that space anyway. And, it's always good to have a connector. I like to put them on the bottom sometimes, so that way, like, you can dock them like that. But you can also put them at the end, and that works pretty well too. You can see that on some of my other ship designs. You're also gonna want like a gyroscope or something in there. Just find an area to put that in there. Let's put first off, also if you push M, that enables symmetry. And you just want to click right there in the middle if you want it symmetrical. Some people don't. I like having symmetrical ships. So what you can do is you can get these batteries, and they're pretty cool. They just make it so when you run out of uranium or whatever, you still have a charge, and the uranium will charge the batteries. And that's nice. I mean, of course, I'm creative right now, so that they just charge on their own, but they don't do that in survival. So just leave that there because that's good battery placement in my opinion. Anyway, so then you see right here is why the reason I connected it like that is because I like, well, I was gonna show you how to put tools and stuff on it. And so what you can do is see the connector thing will connect right there perfectly, just connect it there, and that's perfect. You can use the minor thing, and also there's different connector points, like the grinders doesn't really work well with the small thing at all, so this is because it has a big connector thing, so it doesn't work with the small thing, and that's because the material thing, like the small ones don't do all the materials, and I think that's why the big connectors are used, because that. So you can put a welder or grinder right there, they both have the same thing, basically, they just do the opposite thing. And I realized I just said they both do the same thing, but they both do the opposite thing. That's not what I meant. Well, kind of. they both have the same, like, they take up the same area, and they work kind of the same, except for one takes away resources from a block and one adds them. And so yeah, we'll just leave that there for now. And you know what, we'll put a gyroscope. Put 2 of them right there, or 4 of them. Anyway, so now you it'll continue your thing like this, and put a connector right there if you wanted. It's all optional, of course. So now if you want to put a connector here or a connector there, I like connectors for small ships because you can connect them up and stuff. And, well, yeah, you can connect them up, of course. You can connect them up with the connector, that's what it's called. But anyway, it like helps it because you can, like, you don't even need reactors. You can just use batteries if you wanted, and you can just charge it off your main ship or whatever. And I think, what else do I have in here? These things are kind of useful right here. I like using these things, but we're not gonna go into that. I mean, if you have, like, if you want this just a little bit further out, you can use that to get it to go a little bit further out, and that's kind of neat. But, you know, that's, again, it's optional. It's just up to you if you want to build your ship like that or not. And then finally, you got armor, which is, oh wait, I didn't have thrusters, do I? I don't know why I forgot about that. You can use whatever kind. I like ion if you're in space, atmospheric if you're in an atmosphere, hydrogen are kind of all-purpose, but those are hard to wire up. I'll show you how to do those too. Why not? Let's see. I got all the stuff I need. Oh, O2 and H2 generators, they produce hydrogen as well, so that's neat. Let's see. We'll connect to this like this. See, it's one of the bigger things, but it takes up a lot more area, so you can't really. I had to delete it like that. So mumble a lot. And I placed it wrong. You see here, it's not even for whatever reason. So yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you place it correctly so it fits. Because if it doesn't fit, it's not going to connect. And then your hydrogen tank's not going to be ever filled. That's always a sucky thing. What am I looking for? There's a chance I might edit this down. Anyway, you can do crazy stuff with hydrogen tanks, but we'll go into that in just a second. So first off, I want to start with just ion, because that's kind of universal. Everyone likes ion, at least I like ion. Let's start with that here. You gotta have one facing it. Well, you don't have to have one facing in every direction. It's recommended by me, because, you know, it's like, great reason. I don't like putting the, this is my personal preference, but I wouldn't put the thrusters too close to this thing right here, or maybe move it out more. Like, get one of these, move it out more like that or something. I realize I could use a normal thing for that, or a normal conveyor for that, but I didn't, so, you know, whatever. Yeah, but you want to have a good assortment of thrusters at the minimum, because, well, yeah, we'll see, there's not a thruster facing up, there's just down that way. I don't have any facing that way, or, yeah, so, as you can see, you can turn fine, except with the gyroscopes, but, if I go forward, I can't stop as well. I'll have to turn around in order to use the stopping feature, which this thing turns really fast, but it's because I put 4 of them on. You really only need like 1 or 2. Well, for this size of a ship anyway. This is moving because I didn't put the thing. So we're going to delete it, place it back down, so that way it's not moving anymore. So now we want to put some upward ones. I like to, like, there's a word for it, but I don't know it. You know, it'll come to me later. I like to kind of like shelter the thrusters, so if they get shot out or anything, they're kind of okay. I also think the sideways thrust is really good for fighters, but, you know, I'm not an expert on fighter ships and stuff. I've not really an expert on. Oh, this is another thing. I would extend this one down too, but I'm just an example ship. I don't really care that much about it. Oh, we want to do hydrogen, right? What should I do? Hydrogen. Hydrogen. You just take these little conveyor things, and as long as it's connected to this tank somehow, just do like that. Get the little conveyor. You got big ones too. You can use as well. I'll use one of those actually. Oh, the big ones. Big one. Oh, the big hydrogen thrusters has small things on the side and also a big one on the top. So that's kind of neat for like certain things. I guess I use the sides and the other ones a lot. Because, you know, it's. We'll see. Like I'm using the side on this one, so I can go downward. I'll help it. Oh, I already mentioned that it works both sides. Never mind. This one's connected it to the Oh, technically you don't really need a hydrogen tank. They're useful because it's kind of like a battery, but for hydrogen, because it stores hydrogen. You really don't need it. You could just have an O2 generator, and as long as you have ice in it, it will work. But I like these things, so I would recommend it. It's like a battery. Technically, you also don't need a O2 generator. You could just dock it to another ship and kind of drain the power from it. I don't know how I'm going to do a... Oh, I got this, never mind. I was having a dilemma here. Alright, so we'll connect this like... this, because I don't really know. Sometimes. Not really sure on like how good this ship is or anything. It's just a ship I'm building as an example. So, you know, I just deleted something, didn't I? I don't know what I deleted. Oh, the upward thrust. That's it. Sometimes I delete stuff I didn't mean to delete. There we go. Fix that. I'm gonna wire this. It's kind of a good idea to make stuff like compact, but you know, it's optional. You don't have to. I don't always make stuff very loose. Sometimes, like this whole bunker here, is that part top up here is not completed at all. It's just like just empty, and along with like the top bit over there too. But it's not a big deal. I guess it's kind of a waste of resources, but it doesn't really matter that much. Oh, that was kind of a mistake. Okay, well, see what I did there is I was gonna armor everything, and these would have been facing towards the armor, and that would have made it explode. Just fun. I guess you could purposefully do that, but it's not. How the heck do I... Alright. Screw these. They're all in a bad position. Horrible position. Horrible, horrible position. I realize now, they all would have been like facing this thing, and they would have exploded it. So now we're gonna face them like this. Yeah, that won't explode, right? You know, I don't think. No. Again, not really an expert on. Am I an expert? Nah. Nah, I'm not an expert on this game. I'm gonna use a slope on this bit. I don't know actually how to make ships look good. That's just don't ask me how to. Well, so what I do to make ships look good is I just add leaves, but I'm not really sure how to like describe that. I mean, you can add leaves and have it look terrible. I don't know. To me, they look alright. Some of them look trash. Like this one here right now kind of looks like a brick, which is nice, you know. Brick is just an alright design for a spaceship. Again, I used a bit more than I needed to right there, but you know, it doesn't matter, you know. redundant, it's fine. I don't think redundancy ever hurt anyone. I don't actually know for a fact if that's true, but you know. Ah, shoot. Sometimes I get a little lost in the controls. See, another thing I'd do is I'd armor this bit. These things are in the way, so you know I don't want to do that. So, you know, just a little bit of armor is fine. You can actually, see this part's rounded. I like the round thing. It's something I do a fair bit with some of my other ships. I'll round them, like I think I have a bunch of tubular ships. Tubular. Yeah, but they're all like, that was the design I had in mind when I was making them. I was like, the ship's gonna be a toothpaste. And that was just kind of what it was. I also made them all gray. Because, yeah. Gray and I think blue was the color scheme I had in mind when making those. And then for the leaf ones, it's all just green, plain colors. Because, you know, creative like that. Yeah, see, I'm just armoring it as best I can, and you know what? It's looking pretty neat right now. See that? I mean, the front's horrible, but you know, well, horrible. There's nothing in the front. One of the things that keeps bothering me whenever I do this, like, I always, like, I don't do the bottom or something on armor one area a lot and not the other. I don't know why that bothers me for some reason. And look at this. So, why the heck? I don't know why that piece can be placed there and the others can't, but. Or the bottom will look really bad or something. I don't know. There's a lot of things happen at the bottom on it. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. I don't think this will explode, but you know, if it does, that's my bad. See, look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? I realize it looks very blocky, but here, watch. See, I like the mirroring thing because I only had to do one side of this. I didn't have to do both sides. That's like pretty handy. It saves a little bit of time. You know, time is money, I think. But I'm not actually getting paid for this. I don't get paid for YouTube. I don't really care. It's just a hobby. See, look at that. This looks very, very sleek design. It's very, I don't know actually a good name for it. So, you know, just forget what I said. It's a neat design. That's all I meant to say. That's what I really did say. There's like other things you can do, like divots and stuff. Those are always like just random details. Are, I don't know, adding. It doesn't have to be coherent detail to make it a cool detail. But at least that's what I've noticed from other people's ships. Like in my ships, people, they look cool even with just like weird details, like adding leaves everywhere, which I'll do in a second because it's like a pretty neat ship that I'm making on my leafy world. But yeah, you can just add details out the wazoo, and like no one, like, it looks fine to me. Yeah, sure, it's got a bunch of useless parts, but it looks cool. Looks aren't really meant to be, well, most of the time looks aren't meant to be. I'm drawing a blank on this one. I don't know. Oh, functional, that's the word. They're not really supposed to do anything, they just look cool. So, you know, looks, I mean, I get the leaves add a little bit of armor and stuff, but besides that, they're really just like, you don't need them. Alright, so we're gonna start with a leafy design right now. So, what I'm gonna try to do. So, look, this is how we're starting. Oh, and I'm gonna need a lot of. I don't need any more hydrogen toasters. Actually, delete them again. Get some lights on. That'll help. A lot of fine details, anyway. So, I like to have the leaves. Well, leaves are just kind of like, I don't know, egg shape. If you don't eat eggs or anything, I don't know. Eggs are pretty good sometimes. Yeah. So I just do a leaf shape for random things, and that's kind of how I make a leaf shape. Does it have a purpose? No, not really. But that's, you know, I think that's the key to making neat little ships, decorations. I mean, at this point, the ship is functional completely. Like, you can fly this anywhere. I mean, not anywhere. You have the fuel and stuff. It works. I don't know why you'd want a grinding drill ship, but you know, those are examples. Oh, you can do weapons too. They're I forgot to mention the weapons. The little rocket launchers and Gatling guns work almost the same as well. These ones have to be mounted sideways. They don't have a back port, and missile launchers only have a back port, and don't install them backwards because that's not ever good. I don't know why they look. Here, look at this. Doesn't this look like this is obviously the front? If you turn it around, this kind of also looks the front. If you have low graphics, it looks looks almost exactly the same. But yeah, I've installed them backwards many times. So they don't have an actual port thing. You just connect them like this, and I think they load. Well, actually, you might have to load them manually. I don't know, because you can't. I think reloadable rockets are a different thing, and missiles are a different thing. Reloadable rockets, you just see they have a port like that, and you just kind of stick them like that or something, connect them someplace that looks good, and they shoot out the side. You can just layer them on top, like. I'm gonna delete this in a second, but you can just layer them like this, and then they'll all shoot, and it's like just a beam, and they shoot, I think, the one side and then the other. So just remember that they're not like terribly great at that. You can also stack them sideways and stuff. I could have, see, what would have been a perfect, a good area is it for like right on top of this thing. I could just connect it to the upward thruster. I didn't put it. No, I did put a downward thruster. Downward thruster, upward. Technically, this is firing upward, and this one's firing downward, but I reversed it. I guess it doesn't matter if you're in space, but anyway, yeah. There's a leaf little thing. And see, that kind of looks cool. See, I always forget about the bottom. And I'm probably gonna do something very simple. I'm just gonna shoot. I don't know why I always forget about the bottom. The bottom is just as important as the top, except for you kind of have to make sure everything fits correctly or something. Not really sure what I'm doing with that part. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with it at all, but you know, I guess I'm doing this now. We're already at 23 minutes. This is a long video. So yeah, I don't know how educational this is. You probably could have stopped watching ages ago. Then fine. But you know, if it's finding stuff interesting, that's good. I see. I'm gonna turn this one into a leaf too. Just turn everything into a leaf. That's fine. I see a place I can put a leaf. I put a leaf there. I realized I deleted the shoot, I keep pushing. I push wrong buttons a lot. I say wrong things around a lot. I don't know why. It's just jumbled. Lots of things get jumbled. Not like a consistent person. Like I've worked on the bunker thing here very inconsistently. Like I uploaded a bunch of stuff yesterday, but I didn't upload like for months. So I just didn't play Space Engineers, playing Heroes of Hammerwatch or something. That's not the messed that up. Back to square. You know, sometimes I just don't want to play games. So, you know, I don't know. This is, you know, just a hobby that I do sometimes. Not like a career path that I really want to invest in. I'd like to invest in it, but it's not something I think is reasonable. Alright, so see here, I've come into a problem. If I go any further with this thing's going to go past the connector, and I don't want that. So, you know, I'm just going to go with a regular block here and just kind of curve it off quickly. Because, you know what? It's fine. It doesn't really matter. I think that's the important part. It's just, if it looks fine, go for it. And now we get to add the leaves, which is my favorite part. So, you know, just take off this bit and add some leaves. Most of these ships work in survival. I don't really test them all that well. So, like, I assume they work in survival. I've tested a few of them, you know, but not all of them. I made, I don't know how many of them I actually uploaded. I have a lot more leaf ships than I upload. Yeah, you can do the leaves in a few different ways. I'm not really sure, like, what's the best. You can also use, you can layer them too. It's kind of neat. I do it a lot. So I like these, like, wide leaves at the ends, because they're neat. I'll probably do one right here too. Just any place you think it looks a little boring, just add a little detail. And there's going to be a lot of more places. You know, this started out just a brick. And now, I mean, you can also see this right here. This little triangle, that's a leaf to me. So you could have a small leaf if you wanted. I'm not going to this. You've got room. I want to cover something. I want to cover this boring bit up here. And you know, this also adds like extra protection, in theory. It also makes the ship slower, it makes it use more fuel, but you know, it looks cool. So I don't care. This game's easy enough that it doesn't matter to me. Although if you want an efficient ship, maybe this isn't the best idea for you. I also will armor this in a sec, but I'm gonna get back to that. Or maybe I'll armor it, maybe I'll forget about it. But I don't like that exposed. Or what we could do, I don't know why, I have this toolbar all set. Oh wait, it's not in there. I deleted it because I we're not gonna need this. I really didn't need the cockpit ever again, but I'm not gonna delete that for whatever reason. No, we'll just add another thruster here for no reason. It's a lonely guy, but you know, that was more interesting. Also, just for some protection right there, you know. You gotta just armor. I don't think there's a thing as too much. Well, there is a thing as too much armor. Eventually, the ship doesn't fly anymore. But, you know, we're not gonna get that point anyways. So you can also do, here, I'll do it, paste it back. These things too. You can make leaves with this. I do a fair amount. Basically the same thing as before, but at an angle or with these blocks instead, and it kind of takes a little bit longer. You can make as big as leaves and as short as leaves as you want, or whatever decoration, really, I don't know. I always go with leaves because, you know, the leafy guy, that's what I do. The leafy guy, the leafy space engineer, that's the name I chose. Like, oh, I do leafy leaves. Olive leaves. They're a cool looking design. I think it looks unique enough from everyone else's design that, like, to me, that's worth something. I like, it's unique. I like trees and stuff. I drew trees that, you know, my art class I had a while ago. That's a real long time ago, actually. I draw a lot of trees because I annoyed my teacher because I drew only trees. So, yeah. You draw only trees, annoy someone. It's fun. No, it's not nice though. Anyway, look at this. So I got these, like, a diamond is basically the shape for the leaf that I go with. Most scenarios. Let's not. Let's see, this is kind of a diamond, but not really. They're rounded up on it sometimes. This is also kind of a leaf pattern, but not as much. But yeah, I think this is it's been half an hour already. Can't believe I've been playing for as long. Doesn't feel like it. Can't believe I'm talking to myself for this long. Actually, this part right here, I'm gonna add item. Not right. Using the right black. That part. To me it looks better. You can just armor this up any way you want. You know, I went over the basics of building a ship and then I decorated it. And now look at this. We got this little thing right here. Yeah, look, you know, it looks alright. It's got lots of weird details and stuff, and it's pretty fast with the hydrogen. If we turn the hydrogen off, I just pushed the wrong button. Hydrogen's kind of like OP, I think. Or, yeah. It's still not a bad ship with the hydrogen off. And you got the drills and stuff. You can replace that with whatever watch. Like, if you really wanted to, you can. Oh, actually, if I take this off right now, the armor pieces will fall off. But you know, yeah, just take that off, and you can replace it with whatever tools you want. Replace it with this. You can use the welder, missiles, that. Like, oh, these. If you want that, you can do that. You can do a welder right here. You know, it's up to you. I kind of went over all that. It's, yeah. So that's about all I got right here. So, you know, yeah. Build your ship. You can do whatever you want. I'd like, if you build a ship using my tutorial and you want to send it to me, you know, send me a link to your, if you upload it anyway. Or, you know, just send me a screenshot of it. That would be cool. Or send me a link to your Steam screenshot or whatever. I'd like to see what you guys make and stuff. I like looking at stuff. I might even test it out if it looks awesome. And yeah, I think that's about all I have. So yeah, I'm ending the recording.